Hello, everyone. Did you have a nice break? Welcome back for our final session today. This session is the online version of two sessions that take place every year at the Ecsite Conference entitled What's New in Turing Exhibitions. This really is the yearly get-together and marketplace of all those involved in Turing exhibitions in the Ecsite community and beyond. An opportunity to let each other know what exciting shows they are currently preparing or putting on the market. Even in a physical setup, this session is slight madness with extremely fast-paced pitches and dozens of representations. Imagine what it's been like to organize an online version. Why don't we bring my colleague Daphne up, who's been welcoming people backstage all day just before they go live, and see what she has in store for us with this final session. Daphne, hi, how are you? Not too exhausted?
I'm good. A bit tired, I must say. It felt a bit like a marathon this last session to be able to prepare all of our speakers.
I can imagine. Now tell us, what can we expect?
So, well, we have no less than 18 speakers lined up for the next session. They're based everywhere from Australia to Turkey to the USA. And with their exhibitions, they're taking us to Mayan cities and the Lascaux Cave, to nature, the woods, the rainforest, and Jurassic oceans. And we're going to meet spies as well, Bruegel, dinosaurs, world record breakers, pioneers of modern science. We will make music and take a closer look at AI, women's emancipation, water, carbon capture, our brains, and our dietary habits. So you see, it's going to be a slightly mad marathon, but we're ready. Everyone's tech is working, and though they're all a bit nervous, they are keen to go. So I have all their presentations on my own desktop, and I'll be sharing their slides for them, which should make things a little easier.
Good. Thanks a lot, Daphne, for all your work today. And to everyone else backstage, we are going to switch off your camera and let you concentrate on your last duty of the day. Meanwhile, let's introduce our Master of Ceremony. So for the past 5 years, the What's New in Turing exhibition session has been presented by Audrey O'Connell, who is the most ferocious but also the friendliest timekeeper I know. And this year again, she has risen to the challenge. Audrey, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. It's so great to be here with everybody. Very excited for this morning to happen.
So good. And where are you based today? And what time it is right now for you?
Well, I have to say it's very early at 7:30 in the morning. I've been up since 5, which is unusual for me, but it was well worth it to join all of my wonderful colleagues at Ecsite and elsewhere. I'm on Bainbridge Island, which is a small island off the coast of Seattle. So we're lucky that the technology works because I'm on an island.
Yeah, that's well, Audrey, thank you so much. It's good that you took this challenge, so I'm going to give you the floor.
Great.
Explain the rules of the session.
Great. Well, I'm honored to be here, and thank you so much to the Ecsite staff for making this webinar possible today. They've all done such a great job, and it hasn't always been easy. I'm so pleased to be with all of you to talk about the important topic of Turing exhibitions again this year. I'd especially like to recognize and thank our sponsors for this webinar: Imagine Exhibitions, who are Golden Extra sponsor, Museums Partner, who are an extra sponsor, and Teo, All About Turing Exhibitions, who are also an extra sponsor. We'll have a quick hour to delve into what's new in Turing exhibitions with a really great group of speakers. We're, of course, sad about not seeing each other in Ljubljana, but these are very strange times, and these new opportunities to communicate with each other via technology at least keep us connected. Oops, I just lost my headset here. If you haven't already, I encourage everyone listening to download the new Ecsite app, where you have a great opportunity to find each other again and to set up meetup sessions to further discuss the exhibitions to be presented today, or to go deeper into discussing how the pandemic has impacted our work in the global Turing exhibitions field. And I certainly know it has. The format for today is that I'll introduce the speakers to you, who one at a time will come on air to present their exhibition. We hope that there will be some time, after the presentations to share some of the challenges for Turing exhibitions now and in the coming months. So during the webinar, in the Ask a Question box at the bottom of the Crowdcast screen, please ask a question or raise a challenge that you feel is important. And also, please vote on which questions raised by others that you feel are most important to you. I'll do my best to choose a few questions to respond to. We will hope to get in, and I'll ask one of our speakers to respond. We will hope to get in as many as possible. I also encourage you to identify some important topics that need further discussion and suggest that you set up an Ecsite app meeting, or else simply just one that join one that interests you. The app is really filling up and it looks great. Okay, I'm excited for you all to learn about some great exhibitions. Our speakers are from 10 countries in Europe, including the UK, of course, Australia and North America, and represent 11 science centers and museums, 6 commercial organizers, and 1 nonprofit organizer. France leads the way with the number of presentations today, and Germany is just behind. I thank all of you in advance for your presentation. Okay, attention speakers. You will each have 2 minutes to present your exhibition. Please say next when you want your slide changed. I'll wave. Oh, you all remember my little white flag, which is right here. You all remember my little white flag, which I'll wave when you have 30 seconds left to speak. I will have you on a timer. And then you'll hear an alarm sound up when your time is up. At 2 minutes, you'll be taken off the screen to make way for the next speaker. I hope that none of you are offended, but we must keep to very tight timing today, of course. Good luck to all of you. I'm sure you'll do a great job. I know it's a bit daunting with the technology, but it'll work out fine. First speaker, I'm happy to introduce Miko Milokowski from Horeca. Miko, over to you. Here comes Miko. There he is.
Hi there.
Miko.
Hi, Audrey. That's, by the way, my last slide. I hope I can get the first one. Thank you. Last week at Heureka, we opened our new temporary touring exhibition, Wild, Wild Wood. This exhibition is about unmatched properties and versatile uses of massive wood. Next, please. Wood is really bending, flexing, enduring. In this exhibition, we call these wooden properties superpowers. But wood and trees can't take everything. Here in the front, we have a birch which has been halved by lightning a year ago, close to Heureka. And we got it in one piece to our exhibition. But the great properties include resistance for earthquakes, and in fact, a very predictable appearance in case of a fire. All these superpowers of wood are actually, of course, truly natural. Next, please. The most important quality is the ability to store carbon dioxide. This is really a solution for sustainable societies. It's renewable. Long-lived wood products are mitigating climate change. Actually, 1/3 of emissions globally are calculated to come from construction and buildings. And if we would really use wood in a clever way, we could go down 40%. Next, please. Naturally, visitors are in an active role in this multisensory exhibition, which really smells nice, feels nice. You can touch and you can do so many things. You can design your own wooden ring. Next, please. In the last slide, we just have the key information. I'm sorry if I got over my time. Next year, when you come to Stavanger Ecsite, you sure can combine a visit to Heureka, because this exhibition started now, but it will run all next year at Heureka. Thank you.
Thank you, Miko. My timer isn't working, which isn't great. I've turned all notifications off, so we didn't have extra sound, and now I can't get the timer to work. But thank you. You were just on time. Next speaker. I'm really excited to introduce Cynthia Doumbia from National Geographic Society in the United States. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi,
Yeah, if my timer doesn't go off, I'll just let you know when your 2 minutes is up.
Okay, I'll try to be
Thank
on time.
you. Thank you.
National Geographic offers traveling exhibitions in the format of 15 photography and panel-based shows that are available to be hosted at your venue at any time. The licensing fee for these exhibitions start at $15,000. Please contact us regarding any questions you may have on the hosting period. Next, please. Women, A Century of Change illuminates, celebrates, and reflects on where the world's women have been and where they are going. The exhibition features 75 photographs, text labels, and panels, and is divided into 6 themed sections and features behind-the-scenes stories from female photographers, as well as highlighting the work of scientists, explorers, and grantees. Also, it shows 24 portraits of power, an iconic group of female activists, luminaries, politicians, and celebrities. Next, please. In addition to women, we also have a new photography show, Spectacle, Rare and Astonishing Photographs. This extraordinary exhibition showcases an array of images that are remarkable as they are unforgettable. Next, please. The majority of our exhibitions, including the ones highlighted today, are available via digital delivery. We send you the files through a secure link for your team to produce and print locally. This eliminates shipping and custom fees and provides more flexibility on your end to open the show when best suits your needs. Digital delivery packages include installation and style guides, marketing kits with editable art files, and press kits. Next. I also wanted to mention that as some venues are looking for ways to engage with returning visitors outside, this digital delivery method could work as well to produce exterior shows. We've had our exhibits displayed along fences, in zoos, public squares, gardens, and more. My contact information is on the screen. Let's keep in touch to discuss ways in which we can work together. Thank you to Ecsite and the Business Day team for organizing this opportunity to share.
Thank you so much, Susie. Yeah, it's working. Your timing was perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, we're ready for the next speaker. I'm very happy to introduce Heather Farnworth from the Ontario Science Centre. And we're just loading Heather up. She'll be there in a minute, and there she is.
Can you hear me?
We can.
All right. Shall I start? Okay.
Please do. You're off and running. I'll wait for It's a minute and a half.
Thanks for the opportunity to talk about our newest award-winning exhibition, Mindworks. Last September, some of you may have had a chance to see it at Aztec. And we've opened to the public, and we're testing and observing our visitors and getting it ready to start to tour in 2021. Mindworks is a thought-provoking, bodies-on, minds-on exhibition about you. An exhibition that encourages you to explore and learn about your own mind and how you think, feel, and react. Next slide, please. The exhibition is filled with activities and challenges designed to keep you in the moment and help personalizing each experience. So there are some of the features. It's 6,000 to 8,000 square feet. Flexibility in the design. We are now looking, because of COVID-19, rearranging things, and we'll be testing the exhibition. It's still on our floor at the Science Center. So when we reopen, hopefully soon, we'll be testing it with our visitors. Next slide, please. So here are some of the topics that you would explore in your journey, whether it's animations, multimedia. These are all the topics. Next slide, please. The fundamental and universal themes of engaging visitors in their own mental processes and encouraging self-reflection about these processes are relevant to all of us. There are 32 exhibit experiences from critical thinking, emotions, memories, creativity, decision-making, and problem-solving. Next slide, please. So this is a great quote from Dr. Seuss, and reminds me that exhibitions and experiences that we create have the magic of making great memories for our visitors. This is our memory tunnel, which provides sounds and smells. Next slide. Sorry. Next slide. That's our contact information and a video link if you want to see more about the exhibition. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much, Heather. Thanks for staying on time. There's that last slide. So wonderful. So now we'd like to welcome our next speaker, who is Carrie Reed from Flying Fish. And we'll just wait for Carrie to get loaded up here. I see her presentation, and I'm sure she's on her way. There she is. Welcome,
Hi.
Carrie. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
So it's over to you.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. I'm Carrie from Flying Fish, joining you from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Flying Fish is an Australian-based touring exhibition museum partner with its clients in Australia and the US, extending into Canada, Asia, and Europe. We work with museums and science centers to produce and tour exhibitions around the world. Next slide, please. Today I'm sharing Dinosaurs Revealed with you all. The exhibition was originally produced by Union Station in Kansas City, where the exhibition premiered. Slide, please. The exhibition explores the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods on what is now North America. Next slide, please. The experience brings visitors face-to-face with 26 life-size animatronic dinosaurs, 2 massive full-body skeletons, real fossils, and a hands-on dig site, among many other interactives. Next slide, please. Dinosaurs Revealed is available starting in 2021 and requires at least 800 square meters and 5 meters in ceiling height. Will likely be in Europe next year, by the way. Thanks. I'd encourage you all to explore our entire portfolio online and contact me for booking information. I'd also like to invite all museums and science centers to get in touch with me if I may support your exhibition touring program. My colleagues and I would be pleased to support your exhibition projects from design and development, fabrication, touring consultation, sales and marketing, and tour management. Our host clients are looking for a myriad of fresh new topics. I'd love to hear about your projects. Thank you all so much.
Wonderful, Carrie. Great. Your alarm didn't even go off. You did a great job. Thank you so much. Over to the next speaker then. I'd like to welcome, as she comes on, which might take a couple seconds, Sumaya Ceylan from Oosterlab. I hope I pronounced your first name correctly, Sumaya.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Hi, how are you? Good to meet you. So glad you could join us.
Thank you.
You can start anytime, Sumaya.
Okay.
I will wave this little flag when you have half a minute left.
Okay. Are we live now?
Yes, you can go ahead and start.
I think I'm in the green room now.
Oh,
Okay.
no, you're live.
Hello from Istanbul. I'm Sümeyye from Usturlap. We have an exhibition which is called The Pioneers of Modern Science. It is a history of science exhibition. Next, please. Which is designed by Usturlap as a result of a 2 years really hard work. We dig in the manuscripts, libraries around the world from Paris to India and gathered most important science manuscripts. And we built the famous mechanical devices of old scientists. So we started welcoming science enthusiasts in Istanbul airport beginning November 2019. This exhibition showcases the adventure of science through geographies and civilizations. We believe that science brings all humanity together under one roof. We live in a time where political turmoil brings people apart. So we want to bring civilizations and geographies together under one roof, which is the roof of science. This exhibition provides the opportunity to get to know the scientists, famous scientists like Ptolemy, Azofi, Galen, Alhazen, Avicenna, Khwarizmi, who are the pioneers of modern science. Next, please. The exhibition has replicas, the mechanical and digital devices, miniatures, and digital applications. And it is divided in, next please, it is divided in 5 categories, which is called exploration, observation, human, arts and sciences, and arts and civilizations. Next please.
Are you almost finished? You have a little bit more?
I have only one sentence.
Please, please.
The exhibit has an audio guide, so in 8 languages, so visually impaired people can visit this exhibition too.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Sumaya. You did a great job. We really appreciate you joining us. Okay, I'm excited to welcome our next speaker, who's with me almost every year, I think, and that's Michael Bradkey, the Mobile Music Museum in Deutschland. Let's just see. Here comes Michael. There he is.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. Good evening for us.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Sorry. No champagne for me. Yeah, not yet.
Yeah. This is the last slide I'm seeing here. Okay. Go back. Yes. Today, yeah. Should I start?
Please start.
Yes.
Please start.
Wait a minute. Where's my timer? And then.
Oh, don't worry. I'll time you.
Yeah. It's good to know. But this is the exhibition I want to show today is from a new series. It's small exhibitions, and it's all about the different groups of instruments. And this one is all about drums, and it's between 50 and 200 square meters. It has 5 to 10 exhibits, and it's basically working for all ages and family audiences. Next slide, bitte. And it's all about coming together and making music, as always, in my little interactive exhibitions, specially designed for groups of 25, so perfect for a school class to get a real drum workshop too. Okay, next slide. There is a collection of drums around the world to show the different technologies of making drums from wood, from metal, from plastic, and different types of getting tension to a skin. So it's really about human technology in making musical instruments. Next slide. And you can feel the vibration of a big drum head at the pressure drum. Next slide. And of course, everybody can build his or her own drum. It's very cheap. It's only about 50 euro cent, and it's built within 20 minutes. So everybody could go home with an own drum. Next slide. Exhibits are a big drum circle made from a tone tube drums. So there should be a teacher for drumming. Next slide. There's talking drums. Next slide. Next one. Okay, there's a big drum table where you can drum together silently. There's another version for 8 people. Next slide. Okay, next one. Okay, and a big pot drum, which sounds like a real drum set due to electronics. And this should be nearly the last one, and there's only my contact.
Okay, thank you for the heads up.
Good. Bye.
Great.
Keep on drumming.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you. That's a great job. Thank you very much. Next, I'm happy to welcome Mathieu Tonnet from Sciences in Paris, also known as Paris. We're just waiting for Mathieu to come up. He should be here soon. We've been really lucky so far. It's all gone very smoothly with the technology.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Audrey.
There we go. Hi, Mathieu. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
You can start anytime.
Yeah, sure. So once again, my name is Mathieu Tonnet, and I'm an international project manager in La Cité des Sciences et l'Industrie in Paris. And I'm going to show you some information about our new traveling exhibition called SPIES. Next, please. First of all, you can see some details. SPICE is currently in Paris, but it will be available for touring from fall 2021 next. Now you can see the layout. SPICE is kind of special, you know. SPICE is an exhibition mission. We made it in partnership with the Oligarch Editions, who are the producers of the French acclaimed series, The Bureau. And we decided to do that in order to create an exclusive storytelling for the public. This is a proper spin-off, in fact. Next, please. Yes. So the visitors become spies in an espionage affair that is totally fictional, but very realistic. The experience is truly unique as they can act literally inside 4 stunning immersive sets, specially created by the production team. You can see a visitor using an electronic component detector to locate any surveillance devices in this room, for instance. Next, please. Yeah. You will be collecting some data in different ways all along the exhibition. You will act as a sound analyst, a tail, a satellite image analyst, a cryptographer, and so on. The point here is to reveal the mechanisms and techniques at work in the contemporary intelligence world. That's why you will find, of course, a very edgy selection of exclusive objects like a Stingray or reconnaissance satellite model. Next, I must admit, yes, please, just next one. Thank you. I must admit, SPICE is very attractive to the public because this is the first time French intelligence agencies agreed to lend their support to a project like this one. The SPICE exhibition presents 14 interviews with active intelligence agents, both men and women. And that's it. The last one, maybe? There is just the last one.
Okay, great.
Thank you for attention. It was SPICE from Paris.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Mathieu. You did a great job.
Thanks a lot.
Wonderful. Okay, next speaker. I'm very happy to introduce my former colleague, Maren Krumdijk, who's now in the Science Museum of London, just next door to the Natural History Museum. So welcome, Maren. Here she comes. There we go.
Excellent.
Okay. Hi, Maren.
Hi, everybody. It's Maren here from the Science Museum Group in London. And basically, I'm here to talk to you about our carbon capture exhibition. Next, please. This exhibition is due to be launched in April at the Science Museum in London, and it's part of our contemporary science section. And we'll be making it available as a blueprint pack, which for us means it's an IP package that includes the curated content, concept, designs, and the research. And it enables you to recreate the exhibition for your own science center. Next, please. I think one thing we've all learned during the pandemic specifically is that I think the positive impact the global lockdown actually had on the environment. And I think now that we're sort of like all thinking about remobilization, I think it's incredibly important that we're looking into keeping climate change back on the agenda as well. Next, please. And that's exactly what this exhibition does, actually. So carbon capture is looking at the latest technologies that are currently being used and as well as researched and developed that are basically tackling to remove carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. And of course, we're also looking at the late or the most ancient technology of carbon capture, which are forests and plants, of course. And this exhibition does a great job in sort of bringing all these different approaches together and enabling the visitor to open up a debate about all these potential issues that come with all of these different technologies and approaches. Next, please. So that's all I have in terms of time to talk about carbon capture. But very, very briefly, I also want to mention our robots exhibition. This exhibition it's coming to the end at the end of next year. It's been a very successful tour. And I have one last slot available for this exhibition, which is the summer 2021 slot. So please do come and talk to me if you're interested in robots or, of course, carbon capture. I'm happy to hear from you. Next, please. And here, of course, my contact details. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maren. Right on time. That's perfect. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Next, I'm happy to introduce an old colleague of mine, Olivier Rotoux, from the Conseil Général de Dordogne. We were just getting Olivier up. There are his slides. So Olivier is the halfway point, and we're halfway through our time today. So I do encourage you to ask questions or raise topics in an ask a question box, as it would be really fun to have a little bit of sharing time at the end of this, at the end of these presentations, to kind of explore how people are feeling about the impact of COVID on touring exhibitions. I mean, it's impacting all of us in so many ways. Already heard some really great ideas. What's very interesting is that many of you are planning on kicking off your tours again in 2021. There's such a variety and level of infection in different parts of the world. And so I guess it really depends on what your market is. Perhaps a little trouble getting Olivier up. So we'll just continue having a discussion. You know, again, so, you know, the WhatsApp, or pardon me, not the WhatsApp, the Ecsite app, for those of you who haven't downloaded it, it's really great. And you have the opportunity to organize a meeting. I'm just going to check in to see if there's an issue in organizing some further discussions, you know, to carry on some conversations about how you're planning on getting back into business. And we have Olivier now, so that's great. Welcome, Olivier.
Hello, Dwayne. Nice to see you.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, hello. Sometimes I'm playing saxophone, but most of the time I'm managing LASCO. And I present to you today a new LASCO exhibition. This is an unforgettable journey, virtual reality experience. We have evolved. And next slide, please. Next. As you can see on this layout, in the exhibition today, we have a large virtual reality room where 20 to 30 people with headset can dig, can enter in the cave, which is closed for many, many years. Next, please. This exhibition is flexible, adapted to any venue from 250 to 500 square meters of educative exhibit. You can go down in the cave for a free roaming experience. You are alone and you can explore the cave with the light of your torch. Next, please. This exhibition is dedicated for European Science Center and Museum, and she presents a huge scientific knowledge, what all things we know about LASCO. Next, please. This exhibition allows a visitor to have a virtual reality 3D immersive experience, and that will be based on an educative scenario, a kind of treasure hunt, where school and kids could enjoy to try to discover the mystery of LASCO. Next, please. This exhibition will be ready in 21 next year, and it contains the same scientific knowledge as the previous one who toured worldwide. Next, please. So I invite you to come.
Do you want to fit into? Go ahead, Olivier.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. I'm so glad we got you on screen. So thank you to everybody so far. We've had 9 speakers and we have 9 to go. I'm very happy to welcome Siegfried Brugger from Museums Partner in Deutschland. And we have Siegfried's slides up. We just need to get him. And so that's being worked on as we speak. And here he comes. Welcome,
Hello.
Siegfried. Hello.
Hello.
So, yeah, nice to see you. Start anytime.
Hello, everybody. So thank you very much for the opportunity to present our exhibitions on this platform. And I would like to talk about our new exhibition concept. So there is only one slide. Now you can relax a little bit. Audrey. So during the last years, we have got often a request from museums and science centers for smaller and more affordable versions of our most popular exhibitions. The most of our traveling exhibitions are built for an area of about 1,000 square meter, which is 10 to 11,000 square feet. And the new versions need about half of the size. And just 2 weeks ago, we opened the first exhibition with the new concept in Austria in the Mammuts Exhibition Center near Vienna. It is an exhibition about the Maya culture with objects from the National Museum of Guatemala. And we have also a smaller version of the Viking exhibition is currently under construction and will be installed at the Western Australian Museum in Fremantle at the end of this year. And the partner for the Viking exhibition is the National Museum of Denmark. And both exhibitions have also high-class objects as well as the large exhibitions. And for the new versions, we partly use the same content, films and multimedia as in the large versions. And the small version of the Maya exhibition will be available at the end of 22. And the small version of the Viking exhibition can be booked in 21. So please also visit our homepage and see our other exhibitions about Stonehenge, Angkor, Iceman, Egypt, orcas, marine reptiles. And yeah, thanks to the Ecsite team for the good preparation of this event. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much, Peter. You did a great job.
Secret, but doesn't matter.
Okay. I think, oops, sorry. Let me turn off that sound. I'm happy to welcome our next speaker now, Paolo Russo from the Natural History Museum in London, my old alma mater. I set up the touring exhibitions program a couple of decades ago, so it's very exciting to have you here.
Hello, hi, Audrey. Hi.
Hi. You can start anytime, Paolo.
Okay, thank you, thanks. Hello, everyone. I'm Paolo from the Natural History Museum in London, and I'm delighted to present today our new exhibition, Jurassic Oceans Monsters of the Deep, which will launch at the Film Museum in Chicago later this year. The show will give family audiences the opportunity to go on an adventurous journey beneath the waves to discover the striking creatures that inhabited the world's Jurassic seas millions of years ago, at a time when dinosaurs ruled the land. Next, please. Everything was designed so as to bring Jurassic creatures back to life in an immersive underwater environment. The exhibition look and feel was created by the team at the Film Museum in Chicago in partnerships with us at the NHM. All set works, display cases, and AV equipment will be included in the touring package. And the show is fully turnkey and is designed to fit between 650 and 1,000 square meters. Next, please. The exhibition includes some of the rarest and most remarkable specimens from the collection of the Natural History Museum, including fully articulated fossil skeletons of marine reptiles, the huge 3 meters long tail of the largest known Jurassic fish, and some striking casts such as the Dorodon you are seeing here and the long-necked plesiosaur. Next, please. The warm, shallow seas of the Jurassic will come to life through state-of-the-art CGI, atmospheric soundscapes and lighting, projections, and hands-on interactives created with the help of our expert scientists. Visitors will really have the chance to come face-to-face with fearsome ancient predators and their curious-looking prey like never before. Next, please. And finally, we have included in the exhibition package material specifically designed for children aged 6 to 11 to help venues develop their educational programs. Next, please. So the exhibition is a fun and accessible family experience suitable for all audiences and learning styles. If you would like more information, feel free to get in touch with us and check out our website. Thanks, Ecsite, for organizing this.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't shut it off. I apologize to have that ringing in your ear. Thank you very much, Paolo. You did a great job. Fabulous exhibition, as they all are. Next, I'm happy to introduce Andreas Matt from Imaginary. Welcome, Andreas. You must be on your way. I see your slides coming up. And here he is. Wonderful.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, Andreas. Nice to see you.
So I'll start.
Yeah, you can
okay.
start anytime.
Okay.
I'll wave the flag when you have 30 seconds left.
Okay. I'm going to start with a simple question. How much AI do we all know? Or how much AI could we know, or should we know, or would be good to know? And I think AI is probably the field where the gap between its hotness or its media presence and on the other side, its understanding or like what it is and what it is not is very large. Next slide, please. So I'm very happy that currently there are a lot of AI exhibitions in the making. It took longer than it should have to have very good AI exhibitions. We prepared one which is called IMMERSIVE, Explaining Artificial Intelligence, which was due to start in April this year. It was postponed to 2021. It features 14 exhibits for a minimum of 300 square meters, age 12 years upwards. And it focuses on 3 aspects: scientific concepts, art and creativity, and politics, society, with a main focus on the scientific concepts, the core methods of AI. Next slide, please. The exhibits have all types of different inputs. They're very interactive. A lot of them are touchscreen based. They have physical sliders, buttons, joysticks, piano, drum input. There's a microphone input and a camera input. And the idea is that visitors discover on their own the core methods of AI. For example, gradient descent. How are neural networks trained? How can you minimize an error function by just playing with a boat? Next slide. The exhibition is free. Free means it's an open source exhibition, so you can just copy it, reproduce it. It costs about 80,000 euro to just reproduce all the technology. The content, digital content, is free. Next slide, please. And I invite you, there's a button below, to try it out in a digital format. We started, since we couldn't start it physically, we started a digital version of it. 5 exhibits are ready to be played with. Let us know if you're interested, and we're happy to bring it to you.
Great. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Andreas. AI, something we all need to know more about. I'd like to welcome Debbie Donahue from Imagine Exhibitions. Welcome, Debbie. I think she's on her way. We see her slides. And we just need her. So we do have some really interesting questions going on in the box, which we will hopefully have a little bit of time to maybe chat about. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to What's New in Touring Exhibitions.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Debbie Donahue from Imagine Exhibitions, and it's really nice to see everybody today, to see everybody on the chat and to see the speakers. We currently have a portfolio of over 40 traveling exhibitions, and they're suitable for indoors or outdoors. Next slide, please. So today I'm going to focus on 2 new exhibitions that we have available from acclaimed artist Sean Kenny, who builds sculptures out of Lego bricks. Nature Pop and Animal Superpowers feature no-touch exhibits that allow for plenty of social distancing, a family-friendly theme with wide appeal, robust science, engineering, art, and mathematical content. Next slide, please. Whimsical, bold, and bombastic, Nature Pop features over 40 bright, colorful pop art inspired sculptures. Built for the outdoors, but with indoor options available, the content of this show blends art, science, and innovation in order to inspire visitors of all ages to think and create in new, more colorful ways. 2 new added bonuses for this exhibition is that Sean Kenny, the artist, will soon be living in Amsterdam and can easily make guest appearances and guest lectures in Europe. And the exhibition is in Europe now. Next slide, please. Animal Superpowers invites your guests inside the pages of a real-world superhero story by showcasing sculptures of creatures who evolved to possess superpowers. Next slide, please. We have over 40 traveling exhibitions. Nature Pop and dinosaurs are currently in Europe. We do use our paleontological advisor, Dr. Gregory Erickson, on all of our dinosaur exhibitions. Next slide, please. Please feel free to reach out to me about any of our traveling exhibitions. We're happy to work with you and figure out the best solutions to any of the challenges that you guys are facing. And I do just want to say a huge thanks to Ecsite and Audrey for all of your work on pulling together this session. So we thank you very much. Great to see you.
Thank you very much, Debbie. Okay, so I'm really pleased to welcome Malene Sanicolo from the Muséum National d'Histoire Naturelle in Paris. We'll just wait for Malene to come on. There, her slides are coming, and she's sure to follow.
Hi.
Here she comes.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Malene. It's
Okay.
perfect. You look great. We see you and we see your slides.
Thank you. So hi, I'm Meline and I'm presenting our latest exhibition currently at the Musée de l'Homme. I Eat, Therefore I Am. It's a cross-disciplinary exhibition that explores the universal subject that is food. It's a very colorful exhibition with lots of illustration where you find many kinds of supports with collection items, large projections, and many artifacts from around the world. Next slide, please. So the first part is about the biological aspects of food, like the evolution of diet during prehistoric times, the formation of taste, or the connections between gender and food. Next slide, please. The second part is devoted to the social, political, and religious aspect of food in human societies, such as table manners, culinary heritage, or the ways of cooking. Next slide, please. And the third and last part is about the ways we consume the nature, so the different ways of production and their impacts. Many subjects are explored here too, like meat consumption, gluten, plastic bottles, and food of the future, etc. Next slide, please. The French National Museum of Natural History makes its exhibition travel digitally for a better adaptation to your institutions, to your spaces, and to your visitors. So we grant the right of use of the museographic and scientific concepts and send you all the content digitally. And our collection and artifacts can be loaned if wanted. So we provide museographic assistance, and the partner supports the work of scenography construction. This exhibition, I Eat, Therefore I Am, is available for traveling from November of this year for adaptation from 100 to 1,000 square meters, and the target audience are families and young adults. And I invite you all to go check our exhibitions on our website.
Thank you very much.
So thanks to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Malene. And now we're on to the next speaker from Canada, Troy Rainville from Science North. Welcome. We see his slides. We're just waiting for Troy to come on. There you are. Hi, Troy.
Hi, Audrey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You can start anytime you'd like.
Right. Hi, everyone. It's great to see everyone. I wish we were there in person. My name is Troy Rainville, and I'm with Science North in Canada, for those who don't know me. Firstly, thank you to everyone at Ecsite, of course, Audrey as well, for hosting this event. We've thoroughly enjoyed the conference this week and last, and traveling exhibits have become an integral part of the renewing visitor experiences that attract new and returning visitors to see our beautiful venues. And we can't wait to continue that as they start to open up. Next slide. Back in September, which now seems like a lifetime ago at Aztec in Toronto, we announced our latest partnership with Ripley Entertainment and Guinness World Records. The science of Guinness World Records, this 600 to 800 square meter exhibit, is jam-packed with interactive experiences where your visitors can put themselves in the shoes of record holders and try their hand at their challenges, all while learning about the science behind these amazing records and how science is used to set them. Next slide. All around the world, people are pushing themselves to achieve new and amazing things. The world is full of fascinating people achieving strange and incredible feats. Now, for the first time ever, we're looking into the science behind these mesmerizing accomplishments. The key messages of this truly amazing exhibit are that it reminds us that anyone, anywhere can be a record breaker. It demonstrates that Guinness World Records applies a vigorous process to the adjudication and award of world record titles that parallels the process of scientific inquiry. The science can explain the incredible and help you develop your record-breaking skills and abilities. Each tour slot will come with an opportunity for an official adjudication event with a Guinness World Records adjudicator right at your venue. Next slide. Science North has 10 traveling exhibits available ranging from 100 square meters to 800 square meters. Next slide. Next slide. Science North will support your venue to meet your temporary COVID-19 restrictions upon reopening. And if you're interested in these exhibits, please reach out. We'd love to speak with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Troy. Perfect timing. Okay, so now we're on to Ilse Wachtler. I hope I pronounced that right, Ilse, from Create EU. Wachtler. And here she comes. Hi, Ilse.
Hi.
Good evening. Nice to have you.
Hi. So I'm Ilse. I'm introducing you to Beyond Bruegel, an immersive art experience. And I will also give you a little sneak peek on a new exhibition about, it's called Meet the Masters. It's about 3 famous painters of the Middle Ages, Renaissance, and Baroque, namely Van Eyck, Rubens, and Bruegel. That opens in Brussels in September 2020. Next slide, please. Beyond Bruegel is an innovative art experience that immerses the visitor literally in the life and work of the painter Peter Bruegel the Elder. So there are no paintings on the wall, only projections. And his artworks are enlarged to become immersive projections in which you discover elements that you might never have seen before. And even experts say it's pretty new to see them this way. And as you wander through various rooms where the paintings seem to come to life, you explore the style and complete oeuvre of this Flemish master. Next, please. The highlight of the experience is a 360-degree room that you saw before and that you see here, where you see some renders of the next exhibition of Meet the Masters. So you enter, this really plunges the visitor in a new world of paintings, and a voiceover that acts as a painter himself tells you more about what you see and why he made his choices, why the painter, in which era the painter lived, and so on. Next, please. It's a low threshold exhibition that fascinates both art lovers and amateurs, as well adults and children. Next, please. So there it is. You can always contact me if you have any questions on this one, on both of the exhibitions. They are both available anytime, I have to say. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ilse. Perfect timing. Oh. There you go. Thanks very much for joining us today. Next, I would love to welcome Joy Latour from Toulouse Métropole. And Joy is on her way in. Her slides are ready. There she comes.
Hi.
Welcome, Joy.
Hi. My name is Joy. I work for the Natural History Museum of Toulouse. I'm very pleased to introduce you to our latest project, a unique and entertaining traveling exhibition intended for 7-12-year-old children. It is based on the Emmy Award-winning series and movies, The Jungle Bunch. Next, please. This new traveling exhibition was produced in 2019 and was presented in the Science Center Cap Science in Bordeaux, where the exhibition broke an absolute visitors record with 40,000 visitors for a 9-month presentation. The scenario of the exhibition is built around a mission. Miguel, the gorilla of the band, was abducted. So with the help of the remaining characters, our young visitors have to collect a secret code in order to free Miguel. So children and families will therefore have to answer questions on the environment, species preservation, tropical rainforest, and threats to the ecosystem. So you have several hands-on in the exhibition. For example, we developed a game of crossbows, where the visitors have to shoot at the pirates, the enemies of the Jungle Bunch, or even a hands-on where we focus on the endangered species, the gorilla. Next, please. So 2 other hands-on were developed and co-produced by Cap Science. For example, a table of football, where the goal is to drop seeds into holes to replant trees in the forest. You can also find in our exhibition a multiplayer multimedia game as a test your knowledge on the jungle experience. Finally, the exhibition travels with 5 specimens and several casts. Next, please. Yes. Next, please. The exhibition is 200 square meters large, but it can be enlarged or reduced. It is available for hire in the summer 2022. And if you want more details or information, please contact me. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you very much, Joy. Great job.
Thanks.
Okay, super. So we now have our last speaker, and we're right on schedule. So I'd like to welcome Luisa Canas from the Pavillon de Knowledge, Ciencia Viva. And Luisa is joining us momentarily. Here she comes.
Hi,
Okay.
everyone.
Hi, Luisa. Feel free to start anytime, Luisa.
Okay, thank you, Audrey. Hi, everyone. I'm very happy to be here and delighted to be presenting to you the new exhibition we are currently developing at the Pavilion of Knowledge, Water Unfiltered Exhibition. It will open in our premises in March next year. We could not be more excited about it. It focuses on the very pressing matter of access to drinking water, since still more than 2 billion people worldwide don't have it. Next slide, please. This exhibition is organized in 4 areas that explore the contrasts and inequalities in access to water. It explores the notion of with and without access, starting from the present situation and covering a broad range of themes. Visitors will be able to try out different ingenious solutions to catch or purify water, walk through it in the desert, see in augmented reality how it travels throughout our cities, and so much more. Next slide, please. They will also be surprised by the possibilities of reusing water in their own efficient houses with recycling showers, or even recycling it to drink as it is done in space stations. From a sneak peek into a dystopian version of a future without access to water, the exhibition leads the visitor to face forwards. It points towards the future in a positive mood, highlighting the role of science, technology, knowledge, imagination, and creativity in finding the right approaches and solutions to tackle this complex matter. Next slide, please. Since the human right to water is quite new, being recognized 10 years ago, this exhibition also wants to inspire and invite visitors in a journey through the availability and use of water on our planet, challenging visitors to take action and to compromise and commit for the creation of a future with water for all. Next slide, please. So the 29 interactive exhibits and their very wide focus range will welcome a very diverse target audience, and the water exhibition will engage its visitors in the protection of our most precious resource. Water, the Unfiltered exhibition, will be available for international rentals from October 2022, and until there, you're of course welcome to visit it in Lisbon.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luisa. You did a great job. I'm sorry, I forgot the white flag. I'm doing a lot of multitasking. So I have the timer, the flag, watching the questions, watching the time. So I think I'd like to just applaud all of you. You did a fantastic job. We're right on schedule. I think we maybe have, I would just like to raise 1 or 2 things quickly, and maybe call one speaker back in to answer with their viewpoint on a question. The most voted on question is, do you as exhibit renters transform the exhibition so that they can be COVID proof, or do you leave this to the responsibility to the tenant? If I could ask Troy to come back on. Let me just see if it's possible to get Troy Rainville back in. This question had, could the technicians bring Troy Rainville back in on the screen? Miko has answered a question online, as has Carrie, as Andreas Matt, and as has Heather. One more kind of live comment on that question would be great, and then we'll close it up. We'll just make it quick, Troy.
Sure, yeah. Thanks, Audrey. I mean, that is a couple of things that we do. So we work with the client. So, I mean, everybody has different restrictions depending where they are in the world and where they are in their country. And so the timing of that is pretty important. So we're able to modify the exhibit in many different ways, whether it's making it linear, pulling out certain exhibits, or modifying other exhibits putting video on loop or stylus pens. So there's a number of different things that we'll do to modify the exhibit. And we work with the client because some places, believe it or not, they're allowing some touch. And you know, it will depend where we are and what phase they're in and their opening. So I hope that answers that question. So we're really flexible.
That's great. I mean, I just thought the whole session, I think that's great, Troy, and thanks for joining us. I think we'll have to kind of make my closing remarks now so that we don't go too much over schedule. The whole Ecsite team, you can take Troy off. Sorry, Troy, there you go. That was just fantastic. I mean, there's so many exciting exhibitions. What I was very curious about is that some of you are actually planning on trying to get bookings for 2020, 21, and then it makes sense to me that some of them are until 22. So I'm just curious about it, and obviously how much the markets and what's happening in those markets must impact your bookings. And you know, obviously you need to generate income. So how you plan for, you know, the impact in different markets. You know, it sure seems to me like an opportunity. There were some really great topics there, and I was so glad to see more about technology. And, you know, the latest news out of the US in terms of the medical community is that people don't understand scientists. They don't understand how science works. So it would be really great to have more exhibitions in the future on technology and the interplay with science and scientists, and so many of them are using it these days. And climate change too. I mean, there's, you know, we can't forget the all important that we could all be wiped out quickly with that. So I thank you all. You've done an absolutely fabulous job. And again, a huge thanks to the whole team at Ecsite. This was not an easy undertaking. And I do miss seeing all of you. And I would have been in the countryside in Ljubljana today after the conference. So I'm next year, looking forward to next year, hopefully. I'd like to turn it over now to Daphne. And thanks and ciao.
Yeah, well, that was quite a journey, Audrey. Thank you so much again. Once again, you've done it, even online this time. And I really hope to see you in person at the Ecsite conference next year. So now let's bring back Raquel and Helen so that they can conclude the day. And I think you have a few numbers for us, Raquel.
Yes, Daphne, it's been quite a journey. Today we welcomed 37 speakers on this virtual stage and counted, let's see, over 316 attendees in the audience. I gave up on counting the number of exhibitions we got a glimpse of, surely over 50. A big thank you to you, Daphne, and to everyone else backstage. You did a great job today. Let's see if Helen comes here. But yeah, Helen. Hey.
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
Well done, Daphne, for prepping all of those speakers for that last acrobatic session. I have no idea how you did it, but that was really impressive. Well done.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Well done to all the speakers too. And now I think I'll let you two conclude. Bye, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Bye, Daphne. So beyond the numbers I just gave you, I hope that you're leaving with the contact details, references, ideas, or connections you were looking for, and today met its objective, which was to provide a forum for business exchanges inside the Ecsite community and beyond. Our team is very dedicated to helping you find the best channel or avenue for your needs, and we'd really like to hear what you thought of today. So please take a moment to give us feedback. My colleague is dropping a link. Yes, she did want to subscribe to here for. Yes, she will do it on the chat. So do it over there. And our exchanges will go on beyond today, of course. Helen, why don't you give us an overview of the many ways we can keep connected?
Sure. So first of all, the Ecsite app will keep running. You can use it all year round, not just for these events. So you can create or attend meetups, and you can stay informed of any Ecsite events. For instance, this evening, there is already a meetup with the Make Ecsite Makers with Sebastian and co. And we already have one next week as well on Thursday with Michelle Grou from Creo, which is really good to see.
Yes, and I saw so many great questions that Audrey didn't have the time to address. So why don't you guys organize a meetup right now and get together and discuss all these important topics on your field? Actually, Helen, if I can mention one more meetup I'm actually involved in. So for all of those interested in hearing how today and the Ecsite Day were put together, save Monday, 29 June at 3 in the afternoon CET in your diary. So together with Ursula Lavrenkic from InfoTut and Julie Becker, my dearest ex-colleague and freelancer right now, I'm taking you backstage of these two large online events. We'll share tips and tricks on everything from how to prep speakers to the ideal behind-the-scenes team to how Crowdcast works. So more details in the app.
And then still on the digital side, there's of course Spokes magazine, which brings you in-depth features, interviews and news from the Ecsite community and the science engagement scene. Subscription is free and it's open to all.
Yeah, so last but not least, real life experience, the Ecsite Conference, of course. Next year will be in Stavanger, Norway on 10 to 12 June 2021. Dates of the call for session proposals and the opening of the Business Bistro booth reservations will be announced soon on the Ecsite website. You can already use the app to discuss potential session proposals or ideas. I know one of them was just today, the first session idea discussed on the app.
Good to hear, really good to hear. Now, I think the time has come to very warmly thank everyone who was a speaker today, all the organisations that have taken part in this business day, to my lovely, amazing co-host, Raquel, and to, of course, everybody in the audience for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you as well, Helen. It was good. We didn't do this just alone and we had each other. Thank you, everyone backstage as well. You did such a great job. We hope, everyone, that you enjoyed today as much as we did, and we can't wait to see you in person soon. For now, it's goodbye.